From analog
Hi, Jim. You've a great signal up here. You're 5.9 plus.
to digital.
We are everywhere you want to be. This is the CQ Blind Hams Podcast.
Hello, it's Mike Zero Echo Bravo Papa with another efficient brief podcast empowering blind people to enjoy the hobby. And today I'm going to do part 2 of the Xiegu X6100. Oleg had sent me an email and I didn't read it until after I recorded the first demo, which is probably a good idea because the basics were covered then. And now I'm going to look at the menu structure. But before I do that, I'd like to point out, although the bands included VHF, UHF, I do not believe this radio transmits on those bands. And secondly, I didn't express very clearly, although Oleg has been developing his alternative firmware for some time now, this is the first version with speech prompts. Let's look at the menu system. On the radio, along the bottom, there are 5 buttons below the screen. The first left-hand button, which is a little bit further along than the bottom encoder, is the menu button. So I'm just going to put the radio into speech mode.
Display off.
And I'm going to press the menu button. It is on what Oleg is calling pages. So it's currently on volume 1. There are 3 volume pages. I think it's 4 MFK pages and 2 memory pages. And for the sighted users, there are more options than that, but these are the only ones that we can access via speech. And amongst the settings we can't access at the moment are the speech volume levels. So I'm going to press the menu button now.
Volume page 2.
Volume page 2, and I won't speak the rest, I'll let you hear them.
Volume page 3. MFK page 1. MFK page 2. MFK page 3. MFK page 4. Memory page 1. Memory page 2.
And next one will be volume page 1 again.
Volume page 1.
There we go. For each of the pages, and we're on volume page 1, which is the starting position, you can press the other 4 buttons to see what is on them. The second button from the left is
Audio level.
audio level,
Squelch level.
squelch level,
RF gain.
RF gain,
Transmit power.
and transmit power. So that's all of them on volume page 1. I'll press the menu button
Volume page 2.
and we have the second button is
Low filter limit.
low filter limit,
High filter limit.
high filter limit, and nothing spoken. Press the menu button again,
Volume page 3.
and on volume page 3 we have
Mix selector.
mic selector,
Hand microphone gain.
hand microphone gain,
Internal microphone gain.
internal microphone gain,
Monitor level.
monitor level. So if you recall, I went through the options on that first encoder, the one at the top, which controls or is related to these options on the volume pages. So now I have pressed this fifth button on page 3, monitor level. I will see if there's any adjustment by rotating that top encoder.
61, 62.
There we go, it was obviously on 60. I'll just accept that. I'll click OK on that.
Selection mode.
And we're back on selection mode for that encoder. Now I can add this option or remove it from that top encoder by doing a long press.
Added to volume encoder.
Added to volume encoder. So the bottom encoder, which had some, well, lots of spectrum stuff, we can add or remove those features.
MFK page 1.
So on MFK page 1,
Spectrum in level.
spectrum's level or something. Let me just remind myself what's on the encoder at the moment.
Minus 120.
Whoops.
Minus 121.
That's the spectrum button that I'd pressed.
Selection mode.
There we go, back on the selection mode.
Spectrum zoom. Spectrum beta. Spectrum zoom.
I think that's saying spectrum zoom, so I think that's on, well, let's see if it's on this page, but I think it's on the next one.
Spectrum zoom.
Oh no, that's on there, isn't it? So I'm going to long press on this option. This is button number 4.
Removed from MFK encoder.
Removed from MFK encoder. And there's some that I want to add, so I'll find those and just add one to show you.
MFK page 2.
And I'll just see what's on this page.
Spectrum fill switcher.
Okay, so still spectrum stuff.
MFK page 3. Antenna selector.
Antenna selector. I've already added that onto the... Not that one, sorry.
Charger mode selector.
Charging mode selector. I have already added that option to this encoder. But on the next page,
MFK page 4.
MFK page 4,
Auto gain hang switcher.
auto gain switcher, I think, but it sounds more useful to me to have this on the encoder, so I'm going to long press.
Removed from MFK encoder.
And I'd already added it, so I've removed it now.
Added to MFK encoder.
Okay, so now it's back on there.
Auto gain me level.
Auto gain level, or gaming level it sounds like.
Added to MFK encoder.
And that is now added to the encoder.
Auto gain slope level.
Auto gain slope level.
Added to MFK encoder.
And now that is added to the bottom encoder.
733.
Whoops, I just nudged the VFO, the tune-in dial. And there's nothing on that one. I'll press the menu again.
Memory page 1.
Now apparently we can add stuff to these memories by using that sequence of long presses and short presses to see them.
Memory 1 loaded.
And it says memory 1 loaded. So this is how we would go to a memory, but we would write the current frequency and mode to the memory by doing a long press.
Memory 1 stored.
Memory 1 stored. And there's another page of these memories. I hope this has been useful. From Mike 0, Echo Bravo Papa.
Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and visit www.blindhams.com.